Good morning, and my hair is a mess, and my beard is like coming out a little bit more. Actually, I'm just a complete mess. But right now it's day 75, and eating some breakfast, the bagel, peanut butter, and gonna be hiking, probably doing another 25 here, and then 25 tomorrow, and then it would be about 20 into town, which would be nice. If I feel good enough, maybe I'd do an extra like 28 miles each day, and then I could get in town in 15 miles, and then have like a lot of time in town and relax. So we'll see if I can do that. I don't know, not sure. And been hiking a little bit with since yesterday, the dude Van Gogh, one of the other ultralighters that I've seen. Very few of them, besides the people, if you remember, Footprint, and there was Flash and Maple too. I didn't really show them too much in that video, but they're in the video going into Standing Bear Hostel there. So all three of them had ultralight packs, and we were all hiking together for a little bit till my injury, and so kind of cool to meet another ultralighter out here. Yeah, so we're gonna do 25. It's gonna be pretty nice. We'll see how I feel. My knees have been kind of sore, just sore, not hurting, and I don't know. I guess you kind of just get that over hiking thousands of miles. Your knees just get sore. So I'll keep an eye on it, see how it's feeling. Make sure I'm not pushing myself too much. Like I don't think a 30 will do unless my knees start warming up. So that's a morning update. Forgot to mention it. What happened yesterday is I met up with Van Gogh before Port Clinton, and I said I'm probably gonna go into Port Clinton, stay at the pavilion for free, and stop at the Chinese buffet to eat, and then go over to Walmart to resupply. And that's kind of what I did. The it's Rainbow Alpaca Shuttle Service, I think. He's pretty awesome, donation based, and since it's a local drive, so really we just gave him like $5 to drive us there and then back. So very nice of him to do donation based, and so that was it was actually really easy to do instead of having to hitch. And I think it's worth just give him a few bucks for the ride, because it saves you time. Hitching takes a little bit of time to get someone to come pick you up and stuff. So he literally picked us up like right away, right at the spot we were going to, and drove us where we wanted, and then picked us up immediately. So it was great, very easy to use. I'd recommend it. And so that was all good. Chinese buffet, awesome. Really load up on the food, and Walmart. And Van Gogh convinced me. He said, why stay at the pavilion when you could just hike another 4 miles up to the first campsite? I was like, well, sure, I guess I can do that. That wouldn't be too bad. I'll do an extra 4 miles for the day, and why not? So we didn't really get hiking until like 7:30. So we were night hiking for probably an hour at least. Yeah, I'd say, geez, got pretty dark pretty fast, and night hiking for about an hour. Got to camp at like 9:45, and so pitch black, trying to set up camp, and we went straight to bed since we had the Chinese buffet. And yeah, so whatever, I got 4 more miles in for the day, and resupplied to do about 3 days into Delaware Water Gap. So whatever, that works. And yeah, that's about it. So I didn't stay in Port Clinton. Wasn't gonna pay $90 for the hotel there in Hamburg, and so this saves me some money, but I'm also stinking. It's gonna be 6.5 days of no shower and no clean clothes. So I think you could call me some hiker trash at this point, because I already stink, and it's gonna be bad after 6 days of not showering in this heat. So we'll see. And it's also supposed to thunderstorm later today. Hopefully that's manageable. We'll see. And yeah, so I don't know if that's gonna shorten my day or what, but we'll find out. Another thing I forgot to mention was coming into Port Clinton, that was over 1,200 miles hiked, so we are below 1,000 miles left to go. So that's kind of a cool milestone. So that means, yeah, we're in the triple digits now. Becoming more manageable here. Less than 1,000 miles to go. So pretty crazy to think that that we've come 1,200 miles. And yeah, over 1,200 miles, and got less than 1,000 to go. So yeah, soon we'll be down to like 500, and I'm like, oh man, that could be an easy trip to do. Could just finish that, you know. Just keep thinking of it like a shorter trip. You know, if I did 1,200 miles, what's another, you know, 1,000 miles onto that? No big deal. So yeah, making good time, very good time. So after a pretty steep rock climb, and me sweating because it's like 80% humidity before it thunderstorms, I'm sweating to death in 70 degrees. But rewarded with this awesome view up here. It's called Pulpit Rock, like 1,500 feet elevation, which is pretty low for the AT. But I'm liking the view though. It's pretty nice. And just kind of relax up here a little bit, catch my breath, and drink some water and kind of cool myself off a little bit. Okay, so the rocks are a little bit annoying, but I can still pull off 25-mile days. It's just a little more tedious. And I think it's also why my knees have started hurting a little bit more than normal, because not only are you stepping on these hard surfaces, you're also usually jumping up, jumping down the rocks, so you're constantly doing like little ups and downs, which is really annoying, even though the terrain itself is elevation is flat. Having to step up rocks and step down rocks constantly is kind of like doing climbs and stuff, small little bits, and it's putting a lot more pressure on my knees because of it, I think. Because really, Virginia, I had sore knees, but it wasn't like rough. But Pennsylvania's kind of been kind of rough to my knees, and yeah, kind of for a while there I wasn't taking any ibuprofen. Now I'm taking like a little bit in the morning. Didn't take any at night, but it probably would have been good to help me sleep, because my knees were kind of achy and it's tough to get a good sleep. But yeah, more rocks, so it ends up, you know, being a little rough, but just gotta take it as it is. See, like, these rocks are really big, which makes it very difficult to cross over. It's all balancing act and trying to find a good foot placement, or an easy foot placement really, is just figuring out what's the easiest way to get over here without hurting myself. twist my ankle. This is why people get injured in Pennsylvania. These rocks everywhere. They've been trying to clean up the rocks around on the trail and stacking them here, but still they have a lot of rocks to pick up still, you know. The maintenance people have been out here for years and still that's all the rocks so far. You know, they're still trying to pull them out here, trying to clean up the trail a little bit, make it less rocky. So far it's been a pretty easy hike. We've kind of been hiking down a dirt road for a little while, but then once we get to the bottom, it's a pretty steep uphill. I'm not sure if that's a dirt road as well or not, but so far it's pretty easy terrain after I got through some of those rocks. And now I'm probably gonna take a lunch soon before this rain gets harder. It's supposed to thunderstorm. It looks like starting at like 2 o'clock, and I kind of want to make sure I'm not trying to eat lunch in the middle of that. Try to get my lunch out of the way, and then I can hike and just eat snacks on the go. And luckily it's not too cold out either, so it's raining right now, but I don't even have my rain jacket on. If it starts downpouring, I'm probably gonna put it on, because that'll just be too much too much water. I'll probably end up getting cold if I don't put my rain jacket on. So not too bad so far, but I'm just worrying how bad this thunderstorm is gonna be. And yeah, so we'll see how it goes. Just a section of rocks where there's small rocks, so you literally can't avoid stepping on some sort of jagged rock. There's nowhere flat to really step. You just roll around. This has actually been rougher than some of the bigger rocks, fortunately. So the elevation is flat, but the rocks are the bad problem. All problems are relatively bad, but this is bad. Bad. Not much to see. We're on a flat kind of road section, so just as an update, we're 3 miles away from the tent campsite that's maybe like 24 miles for the day, but then there's another one that's another 1.5 miles, which would be great if I have the time. The one thing is that we're walking on a nice section right now, but there's another rock scramble just before that campsite. So, and another issue is that both sites do not have water nearby, so I'm packing out almost 2 liters of water so that I have enough to drink to get there, and then I have enough to cook with and a little bit of water to drink at camp. And then I'll have to try to find water in the morning, probably, because I don't want to go. There's a water up ahead that's 0.3 miles off the trail, and a steep downhill too, and I don't want to do that. So trying to avoid that, and trying to get some good mileage in too, if I can handle it. But the rocks really put a hurting on the knees, so they're probably gonna be pretty sore tonight. I think I'm gonna have to pull off the vitamin I for today. Well, I did take some in the morning because yesterday was pretty rough too, but I'm hoping to, once all these rocks and stuff, that my feet can kind of rest up. It's just rocks take a beating on your feet and knees. It's kind of annoying. But yeah, I'm still trying to shoot for the 25 miles instead of the 24, but we'll see. And yeah, not too bad. About going through Port Clinton to Hamburg, it was pretty rushed. went to the buffet immediately and then resupplied and booked it out of there like right away. I don't know, that's the first time I kind of did a kind of just resupply and get out kind of thing. Most of the time I try to stay in town, and I'll spend a lot of time in town that day that I go in, but not this time. So it feels a little weird, and it feels like I was kind of missing out on stuff. I don't know, maybe I'm just not used to it, and I feel like I'm rushing through the town because I like my Neros and kind of spend a lot of time in town. And I didn't get the shower. There wasn't a shower at the pavilion. I would have had to stay at a hotel or pay for a shower somewhere. And I usually try to avoid going such a long time without showering. So this would be like 6.5 days without showering. And I'll get a shower and a nice place to stay in Delaware Water Gap. It's supposed to rain that day that I'm hiking in. Thunderstorms, 100% chance. And then the next day, 100% chance. I don't know. The place is nice and there's a lot of stuff to do. I might take a 0. I've never really taken a 0 besides injuries and hanging out with my girlfriend. So a 0 for myself, maybe. I've done a total of 6 zeros so far, which isn't really that much when you're thinking about it, because that's, was a day 74, and I've only taken 6 zeros. So that's not much. That's not even once a week. Well, actually it's a little less than once every 2 weeks. But yeah, so trying to wrap up the day, get the camp and rest, because I like to get a better sleep than I did last night. I think this is actually supposed to be an overlook here. Not bad. But getting pretty close, probably 1.5 miles away from camp. But I think I just heard thunder. It's supposed to thunderstorm. I was looking it up, like 6 p.m. and 7 p.m. It's supposed to thunderstorm. It kind of feels like it right now, that like it might, but I don't see any dark clouds in the sky. I mean, we got kind of blue skies here with a little bit of clouds. I don't know. I mean, I could camp now and hide from the rain, but it's only going to be for about 2 hours, so it's not going to be that bad. I could probably just hike in it. And in Pennsylvania are at low elevation, so we're always going to be below tree line. So I don't think it'll be too dangerous also to keep hiking in it during a thunderstorm, because we got a lot of trees around us. And it's only going to be like 1.5 miles hiking more, so I'm not going to even be in it for that long. So this isn't nearly as bad as the thunderstorm, if you remember, when I was rushing just before Glasgow, trying to get to the Thunderhill shelter. That one was kind of dangerous, because that one was really bad thunderstorm, and it lasted all night, so I needed to get to camp ASAP on that one. And I was hiking across a open bald before the shelter too, so this one should be a lot safer and a lot less time in the storm as well. It is getting dark, and I know it's hard to get a view over there, but there's supposed to be a view up here. There's also supposed to be a trail that goes down to the water source here, but I can't find it. I'm not really worried about it either, though. Just trying to get to the campsite I want to get to. Actually, here it is, new Trampoli campsite down there. And then we're coming up here. Definitely heard some thunder a few times. And oh man, just don't know when it'll hit. Hopefully I don't have to set up in the rain. It's kind of a pain. I'm either get there before the storm or get there after the storm, and then don't have to set up my tent in the rain. But I don't know, you might get unlucky here. Oh, I think I made it to the thing called Knife's Edge because of this very narrow ridge that I have to hike on. At least they have it well blazed. As you see, they're blazing every single rock just in case if they run away. Yeah, it's the end of the day and I'm hiking Knife's Edge. Apparently that's what I do. And after Knife's Edge, I'll be at camp very shortly, so I'm gonna put the camera down for this one. Let me show you the view at least up here. Kind of got to the section with a view, and it's pretty nice up here. And it's actually not too hot up here too, because it's, I don't know, like 6:30 right now, or 7. So cooling off a little bit, and hoping to get to camp soon.